Good day, this 299th day, meaningful moments, 365 days. Did you ever have one of those moments where you're actually embroiled in some activity, something that you're doing, and suddenly it clicks and you're like, there it is. There's the opportunity. There's that moment that I'm aware of in how I usually respond, or what is going on inside of me in my thought or in my feeling. And today I'm going to do something a little bit different. That's actually what happened and what brought about the inspiration for this meaningful moment. So it came about because I was working with a client and involved in a process, aware that usually this process takes a much shorter amount of time, but in this particular situation it was very extended. And I also was aware that there were other things I was in my mind planning to attend to because I had sort of allotted a certain amount of time. We can all relate to those things. We kind of, have our day, and then on different days they may be more flexible. On other days we have more things that we're having to perhaps set at a specific time or hour or schedule or whatever that might be. And many of us have Calendlies and all that to help us stay organized with our time of the day, our time management, and the different activities that we're trying to attend to or even accomplish in a day. And more and more I feel like some of that I've just had to let go to really honor this idea about being present. And inevitably things still flow, things still move, and things still get attended to, and sometimes in a beautifully seamless way. And today was one of those moments where I could feel that tendency to encounter or be face to face with an impatience that was starting to brew, and then switching to the moment, which was requiring, not only asking of me, but requiring me to be particularly patient. And it was really clear, particularly patient. And it was requiring me to work in myself. And perhaps you've felt that before. Maybe your child's asking you for something or being incessant about something. Maybe your boss is demanding something or needing something for help. Perhaps you're facing some kind of stretch that you have to do. Maybe it's something that you're working on with your spouse or partner, and you can feel that tug that's starting to happen inside of yourself as you're having to tap into these new inner resources that allow you to flow more seamlessly. And that's what happened in the moment that I shifted my focus to not just what I was thinking I was still yet having to do, but to the moment which was requiring me to be present and be really present in this moment of this process that was happening for my client. Now, for any of us who have been teachers, counselors, etc., we're human too, and we have lives happening too. So it's, inevitable that we're going to have the same kinds of transitions and things happening in our life, just like everyone else. And so, as parents, we're always kind of brought to that test, so to speak. And in those moments, to be able to shift to what the other is sharing and being present there for that is so vital. And it was a beautiful opportunity to not only confront that within myself, but to feel those developing strengths and skills and cultivation of myself, of my own character, working right then and there, building. And suddenly I knew that I was particularly patient and knowing that I don't know how all else is going to get done, but I'm just going to trust, because at that moment, that was what needed to be done. So when I look at it like that, inevitably, things do move in a way where I feel supported in other ways, and there'll be other things that'll shift or move around or open up, and so I don't worry about that anymore. I don't feel overwhelmed by that anymore. I just slip into that mode and breathe, knowing that that's what needed to be tended to. So of course everything else has to unfold in the same way, and all I have to do is remember what I'm working with within myself, in this case being particularly patient, and honor that present moment by my full awareness, and then the trust that goes into being in that moment present, and how everything else will flow from there. So I share that with you in perhaps whatever it is that you might be facing within yourself and your encountering of it in the world, and how you bring yourself to it. Oh, friends,